Tomorrow's the start of our extreme weather. Today was in the 90s. And I want to talk about watering a little bit. So right now, a big Sable Brazoria. I wanted to show you what I'm doing. I water this. You see that? So when I moved in here, this was pure clay soil. And if I did that, the water would run everywhere. I've improved the soil quite a bit. A lot of mulch, a lot of top dressing, all that sort of business. But just trying to get my plants watered, keep them watered. I have been watering them ahead of this really hot event. And everything's looking great so far. But you kind of, want to make sure the ground's primed, and you'll see a lot of tips, water in the morning. And I'm one of these people, I'm not up before sun. My front yard is boiling hot first thing in the morning, and I don't water in the morning. I actually water in the evening. I've never had a problem. I've been doing it for, 15 plus years. I've never had a plant die. I actually kind of like watering at night because I think that, the water gets in, has a chance to really stay in the soil, and the plant has many hours from which to draw from that. That's just my opinion. I know it goes against the kind of conventional. Usually, morning watering is best. Evening watering is second best. So what I actually kind of wanted to talk about was irrigation. So I actually have irrigation. I have quite hundreds of feet of lines throughout my gardens, but when I installed it, everything you see was quite small. The palm trees were the size of that Mexican orange, or at least the height of. And when I installed it, I had drippers and sprinklers and all sorts of interesting attachments that waters my garden, and it's been great. But what happens is your plants get big, and they get really big, and your watering becomes less effective. So you can't, when you have a yard this size, you can't have a dripper on every single plant. I have it on some of the, kind of like the main ones. It's still back in there, and it's actually lasted a number of years. I haven't had any issues, which has been fantastic. But I do have like sprinklers and stuff in here, but the sprinklers have lost their effectiveness because the plants have grown so big that it kind of blocks the water from hitting the ones in the front. So I have a lot of annuals. I put, I always put in some annuals for a little bit of color, because they provide you color year-round. And what's happening is as your plants get really big, the water does not reach the front of the gardens anymore. I have like these, a lot of the kind of typical attachments. Like there's the micro sprinklers, and then there's the ones that are almost like drip emitters, and then there's ones that just drip. But like these little sun patiens, they will not get the water, whereas 2 years ago they would have gotten it. So what's the solution? I don't really know, aside from running more lines. I already have 4. I would have to do another set, probably 8, but so I just hand water. I run the irrigation, and I assume that all the stuff in the back and the soil in general is pretty well watered, pretty moist, because I have put mulch. Well, I improved the soil to begin with, and I've been putting mulch on for a few years now, and I don't clean the leaf litter. You can kind of see, I just let that leaf litter break down, and that's a really nice natural mulch. And really I only top dress the mulch kind of at the front. So my feeling is that the leaf litter from the plants is the mulch that they like the best. You know, it provides a lot of what they need. But these front plants, I'm still on the hose, unfortunately. But the really cool thing is that when I water now, the water, instead of just running off all over the place, it actually just kind of disappears in, and I just kind of focus on more the front. You can kind of see this sun patience here got fried today, so I just kind of, you know, put the water on him for a while and try and make sure that overnight he at least, or they at least are able to uptake enough water. I mean, the flower's a little fried. These ones here always get fried because it's such a hot spot, but I don't know how you can really get away with not watering. I also will run the sprinkler, and the sprinkler will kind of hit a lot of these plants, and most of these are kind of water loving plants, so I don't think it really affects them. In my front yard, I have a lot of plants that are more from Mediterranean climates, and those ones I do not let the sprinklers water them from above. Generally speaking, I will water the grass in the front, but the individual plants I'll go and hand water them, but it's nowhere near the size of what I'm dealing with back here. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it, you know, a little bit of watering, and you know what, I actually like it. It's kind of a relaxing experience, especially in the evenings, kind of chill out, you know, maybe have a few drinks or whatever while you're doing it, just listen to some tunes and just have a great time. So enjoy your garden, enjoy the weather. I think we're about 8 o'clock and we're still in the upper 80s, so it doesn't really get much better than this. So just make sure that you're hydrating your plants properly. You know, water in the morning, as they say, if you can, but evening is okay too. I don't think you'll really have any problems. So stay safe out there, and if you're like me, you love the heat, so you know, this record-breaking heat, I'm actually I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to feel it. I haven't felt, you know, above 110 in a number of years, so I'm gonna take it. Just kind of roll with it and have a great weekend. So well, there's one of my friends right there. I don't know if you can see him on the fence. One of the male towhees. He lives in my yard. So anyway, hope you're all having a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.